Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike King here. This is part of the Mike King Biz Media Network. That is ESPN Richard 106.1 International Business Coach Radio, Saturdays 10 a.m. Eastern, as well as the Hounds of Business Community. That is where we talk to game changers worldwide about the things they're doing in the community and explaining business. So you can follow me on the social platforms, which is On the Mic with Mike RVA, as well as Mike King Biz. Coming to you today from the ESPN studio. My studio is being worked in by some other phenomenal business folks, and so I kind of got kicked out. So, but you know what? We left the light on. A friend of the family came back. Now, she's been here before. You know, she was up here. We did the NASCAR thing. I feel smarter than I say I know an IBM champion. Welcome to the program. And not only that, you didn't come by yourself. Oh, no. You brought some heavy hitters with you because a while back you told me, Mike King, you were out there just dangling your stuff out there, just giving stuff away.
That's right. That's right.
There you go. All right. So tell folks who you are and what you do, and then we're going to introduce our guest.
Sure. My name is Leticia Caro, and I am an IBM champion. I'm also a File Baby ambassador. We are the platform for everything AI, making sure that you have your C2PA credentials, enjoying what you do, and allowing for creators to create, right? So, I really wanted to make sure that everybody knew about this because you have to be on hot. AI is very, very important right now, and so many people are utilizing it, right? So why not use the File Baby platform? Today we have our CEO and president with us, so it's like a 2-for-1.
A smorgasbord of creativity and business entrepreneurship.
Absolutely, absolutely. Karen Kilroy is our CEO. She's also an IBM champion, 5 years. 5 years as an IBM champion, and the author of the O'Reilly bestseller, Kilroy Blockchain, which is blockchain tethered AI. You cannot miss this. You cannot miss this one. And our wonderful president, Orson Weems, a phenomenal entrepreneur. I would call him the head of state, really, seriously. And one of the best entrepreneurs and best businessmen I've ever met, especially in the tech space. But you know what? I'm not going to take over this conversation, Mike. I want to let you do your thing. Because I could talk about them forever.
So wait a second. So for folks who are not in the tech space, in the tech world, when I drop on tech people, IBM champs, you know what they do? They look at me and they're like, wow. So, to have you guys on the program, Leticia had said to me, Mike, you got to take a look at this File Baby thing. Karen, welcome to the program, ma'am. Tell us who you are, what you do. And since this is a business show, and there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are out there like me, who are just putting out fires and really don't understand or grasp this AI business that's out there. Tell who you are, what File Baby is, and why we need it.
Sure, and I want to really thank Leticia for introducing us to you and bringing us on the show today. It's just fantastic to meet you. I'm a software engineer, a full stack software engineer that specializes in AI and blockchain. And I have been programming since I was 12. And I've done mostly in my career, I've done e-commerce. In the last 10 years, I've done blockchain and artificial intelligence. And then as Leticia mentioned, I wrote Blockchain Tethered AI for O'Reilly, which talks about how to keep AI trackable and traceable. And so we took this whole concept a step further, and we came up with File Baby. And File Baby helps people to make their own content trackable and traceable. And it does that through implementing standards by a group called the Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity, or C2PA.org. And so what we've done is we have taken the complex tooling that is designed by this group of engineers, and we've implemented it into a drag and drop platform called FileBaby. And with that, I'd like to hand it over to President Weems.
Well, thank you. Mike, I don't know, do I need a radio voice to join your show, or what? Let's come on
You
with
know
it.
what?
I mean,
I think I'm okay. And then when I connect with somebody with a radio voice, I'm like, oh man, I sound like crap.
no, I won't do that to you. I'm just, I'm down here in the South, like the rest of us, Tisha and Karen. I appreciate y'all so much. Glad to be here with these women in tech, which is just incredible to be a part of it. And you know, both IBM champions, and like you, they had to explain that to me, what that meant. I mean, we're talking NBA, NFL level tech people, you know.
The funny part about it is we don't know that until we talk to tech people and they start looking at us like, oh, that's a very big deal.
It is. It really is. And you know, I'm Orson Weems, as Karen introduced me and Tish introduced me. Thank you for having me on 106.1 FM ESPN in Richmond. So I'm happy to be here and really honored to be the president of something that we know is AI, and at the forefront of literally protecting what we want to say are content creators, which are so many different sectors of that. That's a content creator, someone that writes a poem, someone that writes a dossier, or someone in college that writes something for literature class, or any of these things. Someone that takes a photographer, like our CEO Karen, she loves photography. Someone like Tish that creates incredible poetry, or anything that you create. Your voice itself, Mike, is something that we can protect with FileBaby. And it came about literally from my experience in music, entertainment, and live events, and me attending some of Karen Kilroy's workshops on AI, and basically giving you the understanding of what AI is and how it can be used in business. And I just applied and asked her, how can this be used to help musicians, artists, creators in the music business, the space which I was really involved in, because I was working with the legendary Al Bell, the former owner of Stax Records and the president of the Motown Records Group, as his chief operating officer. And because I've seen artists get their music and things stolen from them. So I described it to Karen, and lo and behold, I introduced her to another tech guy, another developer, if you will, a technologist. And lo and behold, a few weeks later, she tells me she built this platform, which is, I was like, okay, now let's implement that and let's start sharing. So, but what we didn't do was just run and throw it out on the marketplace. No, we went and got the credentials and the standards, as Karen described, from the C2PA, which is the standards body around the world that's highly recognized. And somebody that some of your audience will remember that just joined here a few days ago was TikTok. And it's really a big deal for the magnitude of the corporations and the giants in the industry to be involved in this, from OpenAI, Microsoft, BBC, TikTok, Meta, all that. And as Karen said, or well, she will tell you, she sits on some of the standards committee to help write some of the standards. So Karen and Tish, you can explain to Mike what that means. We're talking about protecting your voice, your identity, your face, your content creative, t-shirts, logos, anything from AI consuming it and using it for free. So that's
so really quickly, when you're old like me, you remember at the birth of hip hop and rap, where Flavor Flav said, you can't copyright no beat. And in reality, that's exactly what needed to happen, because people were ripping off James Brown and everybody else before that. And now we're protected. And this is the next step. So entrepreneurs are out there putting content out willy-nilly, and we don't understand as content providers, whether you are doing what I do, a talk show. I saw the video that you guys did with the musician. And all of a sudden, I saw the light come on when he got what you guys were talking about.
That's
So
right.
Karen, come on now, tell us exactly what it is you guys doing. And I know you guys can put it in English for us because you guys use a lot of big words and they got hyphens in them. I'm
I
just a
wanna-
dude from Philly. I can't help it.
I want to put it in football terms
There we
because
go. I'm an Eagles fan.
one thing
So
that
there we go.
Orson did not tell you is that he's a 3-year Arkansas Razorback player.
Really? So what's he hiding that?
No, man, that's
No,
a while back.
he knows how to do everything. That's just
You
one
know,
of
that's
the
a while
things.
back. I just played for a legend, Lou Holtz, man. What can I say?
We're on ESPN.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. We are dropping that right there. So all right, so real quickly, Wings, tell us what did you learn from Lou Holtz? Number one thing that you were able to take from football over to the regular world.
Discipline.
Oh,
Discipline. And Coach Holtz really made and allowed us to think about and do things that we thought that we couldn't do.
so discipline was it.
Yes, that's
There we
really
go.
something I reflect on every day. Discipline, personally and professionally. It's discipline and it moves forward and for us to get things done. And I try to utilize that or some aspect of that in my daily living.
There you go. All right, Karen, so tell us what it is exactly what you guys are doing and how business owners and business people can take advantage and understand File Baby, which is a cool name anyway.
Thank you. And just to continue my football analogy, that was a great lead in, but without File Baby putting all your content out on the internet so people can see it, you're Bernie Kosar back there in the pocket.
Oh, well, let me tell you
Do you want
something.
Orson protecting you? Do you want Orson and File Baby protecting you, or are you ready to go down?
Yeah, Bernie he reminded me of my Philadelphia Eagle quarterbacks running for their life because the O-line was not doing what they were supposed to do. He was not standing back there just posing.
Exactly. So,
All right, so what we're doing
Orson's
is
the
we're
dog
putting
pound.
content out.
So we're putting all our content out, and what's happening is as quick as we put things out for people to see, AI eats it. And it doesn't matter whether you have to log into some system to post it or anything like that. Nothing is really locked down. As far as social media goes, someone will have a fake account that will still crawl your content, and all this gets consumed and eaten by AI as training data. So then it can turn around and pretty much impersonate you without paying you anything. So by putting things online with no protection, you truly are, you're Bernie back there running. And because you don't know what's going to happen to the content that you're putting out there. It's going to end up places, and it's not going to be the place where you want it to end up, and you're not going to get any money for it. Now, what you can do is you can be proactive, and you can take control of the situation by claiming your files using C2PA content credentials, and which you can implement really easily through File Baby platform, which is what we built. And it allows you to say who made it, give a description of it, and then also instruct AI not to consume it. And the reason that this works is because the big AI companies are all buying into this, because they don't want dirty data. They want to be able to say, we paid for everything. This is squeaky clean. And here, we deserve this $20 a month or whatever we're charging you. And they want that as a badge of honor. So to have those content credentials in your data will eventually give you credit for something that you do want AI to eat. So let's say you have something you do want AI to eat because you found out that you can make money from it. So you would most likely upload that content into File Baby and say, I want this to be available for AI. And then there'll be a way to get paid for training data. It's coming very soon.
So, all right. So Karen, how can people get information out about File Baby?
We have a website at file.baby, And it's just like it sounds, just file.baby, no www or com or anything, just file.baby. And then that'll tell you more about the system and how you can sign up. But also too, we're happy to talk to anybody who wants to talk to us. We're a friendly group, and Leticia is a File Baby ambassador, and you could reach directly out to Leticia. What's the best way for them to reach you about File Baby?
You all can reach me on LinkedIn. I answer LinkedIn like it's nobody's
Yes, she does.
business.
She answers LinkedIn like I do. Middle of the night, early morning, she is on there. Plus, she is the proud person from Tish Talks. And
Absolutely.
you're talking, she bit some heavy hitters. They're talking about the world of technology, putting it in English too, so that the non-tech folks can understand some of the things that can help us. So Karen, very quickly, when did you know that you had something, you had an idea? When did you know you had something?
Wow, probably. Well, we came up with this idea at the library at the Center for Innovation, me and Ethan and Orson, when I was doing a presentation there about blockchain tethered AI, and because we were talking about how work is shifting. And that there's new jobs, but a lot of the new jobs are going to be temporary, and we have a concern for how people are going to get paid. And so we had come up with that idea to try to make sure that there would be a new way for people to work once AI started to eat away at the tasks and ordinary, the jobs as we know them now. And so and then also too, we talked about the creation of future value, and one of the impetus was lawsuits that happened due to music. I had a good friend, Steve Popovich Sr., who had an artist, Meatloaf. And he went through years and years of legal battles with Sony Music about whether or not you should get paid if something's a CD instead of a vinyl record. And he died going through these lawsuits. And so one of the big things that we would really like to do with this idea is to make it so artists, creators can get futures in their image and their likeness and their stories and all their content. So like not only be paid for right now, but be paid what these companies think they're going to make on you for the next 100 years or however long they're planning on using your content. And there's something similar to that people can look up. It's called Bowie bonds, and David Bowie did it to save his career. After David Bowie was on all the big fancy tours in the 70s that we all know, he had no money, and he got a new manager, Bill Zisblatt, who helped him figure out a way to sell futures based on what he was going to earn, so he wasn't broke in New York. And it worked. They sold futures. The people bought them as an investment, and then they cashed out after he made money, and they all got their money back. So that type of an investment vehicle, we need to start thinking more of. We're valuable, because the thing is too that I didn't mention is the AI models that eat this data all the time, they collapse if they don't have good, fresh data that is from humans. Like if they try to eat data that's generated by another AI model, it doesn't work, and it makes it so it breaks. So humans are of value for our knowledge. We're like at a premium.
So on the mic, Karen, as well as Orson here with File Baby. We got Tish Talk fame with On the Mic with Mike. So Orson, really quickly, when you look from the business standpoint, what do business owners, we're just giving content away daily, just putting it out there, super excited to put it out there. And what we're seeing is, so what we can look at is how we can monetize it and how we can stop somebody else from taking our content and monetizing it. File Baby's the answer.
Yes, what we've seen is some of our research has shown us that a lot of people don't read the small print when they go to some of these social media.
Shocking, sir. You mean people do not read that? Then I just checked and said, yes, I want that new phone.
Right. There you go. There you go. Content used. So you've given it to us. Any of the social media platforms, any of the music platforms, they just want to put out their content to tell people, I have my song on XYZ platform for that. I have my new dance move or something like a new jump rope technique or a way to lift weights or a new beverage. They put it right out there on social media for everybody to see so I can get likes and hits. And then it's absorbed and it's not theirs anymore. It can be utilized in so many different ways. Karen and I were consulting a gentleman that deals with AI art and just incredible pictures that he puts together. And he called Karen to reach out to her on LinkedIn to find out how File Baby could help him. Karen explained everything as we're explaining to you and your audience. And he said, well, I wanted to use this work for my family's wealth, generational wealth, and to utilize it to, and someone wants to offer me some X number of money, amount of money to put my my art in an NFT. And Karen was like, well, that's not really what we would suggest for you. It's your artwork. But after she told him that if someone is telling you to put your artwork in an NFT and they take 80 to 90% of it and you only get 10 to 20%, that's not a good deal for you. So why not protect your artwork with File Baby, and then let's help you to utilize and put it out there so it's at least protected so no one can consume it. He said, I don't mind people consuming my artwork because I use things off the internet or off of from other things to generate my images. Karen said, well, how about this? If you were to see one day looking at the movie and you see some of your images in the movie and you did get paid, how would you feel? And he was silent. He didn't know the answer. So that's something to say. So I said, Karen, let's help people do that. And we're talking voice. We're talking about like Warner Music Group and FKA Twigs coming out recently about AI and music. We're talking about artists in so many different artist platforms that are coming out, from Stevie Wonder, Katy Perry, Billie Eilish. All these folks are saying, stop, help us. AI is consuming us. It's an existential threat to us, and help us. So what we're doing is putting it out, and we know that we want people to know. Platforms like what you're giving us, Mike, here on ESPN 106.1 FM Richmond is really a way for us to do it. And Tish, I really thank you for allowing us to do this. And Karen and I are excited about it. And with Tish with us, I mean, she's an incredible ambassador. We want to spread the word. And one thing about, especially in the community of people that look like me, we want information. I want to give information. I want to help. When we get information, we want to give good, responsible information. And we want to do that with File Baby.
So the idea of this is, really quickly, the idea of this is that years ago when we were doing tapes, we didn't know what was down the road. So you're protecting content providers to say, we don't know what's down the road, but this is, however your content is going to be consumed, you'll be protected.
Absolutely. And it's not just the creators. Think about massive organizations, even small organizations. You have content, you want it out in the ether, it must be protected. It must be protected. It's much more than a watermark. It's much more than, oh, well, if you use my content, I'm going to sue you. No. You don't have to go through all that. Go ahead and just protect it from the start, right? And watch it soar. Because at the end of the day, Mike, think about it. These companies, large companies, even ESPN, every time you put out something into the internet, it has to have some sort of tag on it. And why not have your very own tag? You have to identify it. So put your C2PA credentials out there, utilize File Baby, and protect your stuff.
Okay.
Mike's getting it. Karen, you were going to say
Yeah,
something.
I was going to say something. When we've got some really exciting things coming in the next week or so from File Baby. I know Mike mentioned that he saw the artist Bang. We've got 2 more artists that are coming this week. One is a multimedia artist called Lord Toff from New York, and his website is just finished. It might be up already. I'm not sure if it's propagated yet, but it's lordtoph.com, TOPH, LORDTOPH.com. And that is all, every image on it is claimed, including his signature. And he does paintings and music and all different kinds of things. Then we've also got, we lost him, Roger Verhoeven. We're still recording. Roger Verhoeven from Amsterdam, who is an AI artist. And Roger Verhoeven is also going to be releasing a gallery on File Baby this week, where you can go in and you can see the origin and what type of AI was used for all the artwork that he generated. So those are some exciting things that are coming later this week. So we are still recording. Awesome. Do we keep talking or we lost?
Yeah. I think that we lost Mike just for a second. He's for matter of fact, he just texted.
There he is.
I think here he comes. That's technology.
I can't hear him.
He's coming on. He's getting unmuted.
He's getting it together, yeah.
Hello?
There we are.
Hi, Mike.
Mike King back again. Like you said, I'm technology challenged, but I'm in the ESPN studio here. This is part 2 of, I'm not sure what had been said while I was in no man's land.
Could you hear us still? Were we broadcasting? No? Okay, would you like me to repeat what I was saying?
No, you know what? I'll get that, and then we can start over. When it goes live for when this is on the radio, we'll hear that.
Okay.
So I have you. Okay, so Karen, business owners are putting information out every day. So I put my show out on ESPN. I put it up on LinkedIn. Ma'am, tell me the error of my ways and how File Baby can help me, because I'm just putting it up there and I get all excited when people like it and like, oh, well, I went viral. 10 people liked it. So, yeah, it's it. All 10 of my friends, they liked it. So it went viral. So right. Karen, tell us what business owners need to do.
Business owners need to make sure that they've claimed all their content in File Baby. By what happens when you upload something into File Baby, it puts your name right in the file, along with information on how to reach you and whether or not you want that file to be consumed by artificial intelligence. And so the reason that it's set that way is so if it does get consumed by artificial intelligence, you'll get paid. Some things you would never want consumed by artificial intelligence. For instance, I'm implementing File Baby for a multimedia artist right now called Lord Toff. And one of the things that he has on lordtoff.com is his actual signature. He's a print artist, he's all different kinds of art. So his signature is even a form of art. And so he said, make sure you protect my signature. So we uploaded it into File Baby, said, do not use by AI. And the AI companies will respect that. They won't eat his signature. So someone else could say, make my name signed in the style of Lord Toff. That's his, he owns it. And so if he ever decided to let someone do it, like the artist FKA Twigs is making an AI that lets people do things in her image, what she's missing is authenticity and attribution. So because you can't trace it back then and tell what pieces came from where. And that's really important, especially as time goes on. And especially once companies start paying for this training data, because it's no longer going to be, oh, somebody liked me and I got an adrenaline rush. It's going to be somebody used this and there's money in my bank account. Now we're talking a whole different game.
Okay, ma'am. So explain the difference. You had brought up, then we were talking NFTs before. Most people do not understand that world, as well as business people really would not understand this. So you're saying, I put my content out there, I put my show out there. People like it. That's fine. That's today. You're saying a few years from now, and I don't know how many years it's going to be, someone is going to use that content and they're going to know where it came from, and I'm going to be able to get paid.
Exactly. And it might not even be years. We might be talking months, because see, the thing is we're not guessing at any of this. We're actually involved, and Leticia as well. Orson and Leticia, all three of us are involved in C2PA. So we're actually in the meetings where we're discussing how people are going to be paid for training data, and how what all has to go into a file to find somebody. These discussions are really just beginning, but this moves very quickly. So, and the first step though, in order to tell somebody, hey, you can use this, is say, hey, you can't use this unless I say so.
Mhm.
And that's where we're at right now. We're at the, you can't use this because I say you can't. And okay, now I might let you use some of my stuff. So that's, it's kind of like, you know, you've got to claim your own work or someone else will claim it. And you can do that. You can do it by, if you're a techie, you could do it by building your own tools, but most people don't want to do that. Not even techies want to fool with programming all the time. That's why we built FileBaby or drag and drop interface, and see how cute FileBaby is, and yet how strong and protective. That's how our product is.
The logo is definitely on point. So here, Orson, is this the new version of copywriting beats or stuff like that, or taking my song and putting it in an envelope and mailing it to myself? The things that people say they used to do back in the day. Is this the new version of that?
Well, this is not the poor man's copyright situation. What we do know is that artificial intelligence or AI generated material can't be copyrighted. Okay. AI generated songs cannot be copyrighted or entered for consideration for any type of an award, especially with Grammys, as people want to get to that pinnacle. But so what we're doing is, this is literally better than copywriting, because we know provenance, we know the DNA is there, the digital DNA is what we call it, but we also know that the copyright or the Department of Justice can't respond as fast as this is happening. So what we're doing and what we have done, and Karen has created, and Ethan Hill, the co-founders, are this DNA that goes in there. And if there's someone that violates what we've said is protection, there will be a notation there that at X time of the day or night, this happened and someone tried to use Mike King's content after he signed up with FileBaby. And what we'll do is have basically a ledger of the ones that have attempted to violate it, so that once the Department of Justice knows what they're to do with the violations and the penalties from that, we'll have a log of these are the violators, and let's turn it into these people that tried to violate and misuse and abuse our content. All right.
There you go. FileBaby is here with us on the mic. We got Orson, we have Karen. FileBaby, we got Leticia, who is with Tish Talks fame. That is her claim to fame. They are IBM champions. Orson and I, we're business folks out here. That, you know, it is a big day for us talking. The information content is king, and this is really holding on to your content about what you put out. So Orson, when a person puts the info, okay, this is a Karen question. So we're Orson, I'm putting on a big boy hat trying to talk technical.
Okay.
So I don't want to put, I don't know how to put the files up there. Karen says drag and drop. It's very easy. Am I able to just automatically have the files go there to go into FileBaby, or do I need to every time take specific files and put them up there?
We can, for the version of FileBaby that you can subscribe to monthly, that's at file.baby, it's a drag and drop and it's a manual process. But we can also architect any solution based on how you work. So we can look at your situation and gather your requirements, and then come back with a customized implementation of FileBaby that will go with your workflow. So it'll do everything automatically for you.
What's the sweet spot for businesses that truly need this? The first ones you would say today, if they're not doing it, they need to be doing it right now.
They need to start doing it right now. They need, at a minimum, to be aware of content credentials, because they're in files that they don't know. They don't know they're in your files already and you don't know it. Like, for instance, if you've gone to OpenAI and you've generated a picture in the last 4 or 5 months, most likely it's already got content credentials inside of it that you can't see unless you drag and drop it into FileBaby or some other way to inspect that file, which would require technical skills. So there's already a bunch of information in there that tells, like, when you made it, what AI made it, things like that, that you can't see. And people need to be aware of what they have, especially if they've got employees creating things and they don't know whether the person created it or not, and they're paying them. They should be able to inspect that. And Orson, wasn't there a story recently about somebody that had put a bunch of images in a book or something, and they didn't,
Sure.
what was that story where they thought that they had original images and they weren't original?
Yeah, recently that's happened with even with some music artists that was on a tour, and he likes to use local artists, literally visual artists, to help design his shirts for the region or the area where he will perform. And literally he found out that someone turned in a image that was AI generated that he couldn't protect now. He couldn't protect that artist he thought he was wanting to protect with his community service and his good outreach, and it couldn't be protected. So he was very upset. So we have literally seen cases where authors have put their books out on these selling platforms, and some of the large ones I won't name here, and their books get sold and bought, and all of a sudden an artist has someone call them and said, "Oh, I just saw this book on one of these book platforms, you know, the one I'm talking about." So all of a sudden it's not her book anymore. It has been literally just copied and changed to the third person or to the first person, and it creates a different version of that book, and almost verbatim in some chapters of the book. So we want to reach artists, publishers. We want to reach the literary agents. We want to reach the folks that we can protect. We want to reach law and order, for instance. It's not the show, but just that segment of the industry. Literally, people manipulating photographs to say, "No, I was here at this time. I wasn't around at that space." So we want to have authentic credentials on these photographs to protect. Drone photos. Oh my goodness, people can just manipulate drone photos. No, we want to help. So literally, it's so many industries that we can help and be a part of. Look, Mike's thinking now. He's like, "Whoa, wait a minute." Yeah,
You know
a
what,
whole
sir?
sector.
I
Yeah.
invited you on the program. Now I'm scared to death. I really am. You know,
Don't be
I tried.
scared.
I tried to have Southern hospitality. Now I'm not leaving this room because you never know. Somebody said they seen Mike King here. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, I was not there. All right,
That's
so
right.
Tips. Let's talk about, how did FileBaby come across your radar?
You know, it's so funny. Karen and I are both IBM champions, right? And so our circle is pretty tight. And you know, she had put out one day, she said, "Look, I'm looking for people to beta test this platform, but it needs to be people that are putting out creations, putting out content." That's me. That's me.
Yes, you are.
So so I jumped at it because I knew, I've been reading about content credentialing, and I didn't really know. I said, maybe this is just a thing. Oh no, but it's so much more than a thing. So by the time that I went through and decided, you know what, I want to learn more about this, I want to be involved because it hits home, right? It hits my business. So I just went ahead and went through with it. And the platform is so easy. It's so user friendly, right? And so you just drag and drop, just like she said. I can do all of my prompts. I can save all of my prompts. I can protect all of my prompts, because I do a lot of AI creativity. So you know, it's really good for me. It's good for me as a small business. It's good for me to protect my content, and I know that when I put my content out, the provenance is there. No one else can say, oh no, I did that first. And I've had that happen to me, not once, but 4 times. And when I first started, and I could not prove it, but now I can, because all I have to do is say, hey, just look it up in FileBaby, and you'll see that there are actual C2PA credentials there. And I was the first. So it's really, really great. It's liberating, and it helps me to keep a peace of mind, because like I said in the beginning, you know, creators want to create, businesses want to do their business. Schools want to be able to publish their narratives and their books, and not have people saying, "Oh no, 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 I'm the one that created that." No, you don't need to do all that. Just protect it with FileBaby. It's super easy.
All right, so Mike is here talking to Tish. So when you told me what you told me about FileBaby, about the content I put out, you
Yep.
saw the look on my face.
I did.
Is that the look
We
that
talked.
you guys see a lot when people realize what they're giving away?
Every day. Every day. People don't realize that when you create something, you are really creating it. It's coming from your heart, it's coming from your brain. Sometimes it's a very expensive hobby, you know, depending on where you are in your career. And then sometimes it can make or break your entire marketing scheme. So why not protect it? And when I saw all of the digital media that you were putting out, when this was what, weeks, months ago, I said, Mike, you have to, all of that AI data, it has to be protected. You got to get yourself some FileBaby. You got to rock the baby, Mike, rock the baby. Don't be afraid. And you realize, I need to know more about this. I really do. And it's for everybody, everybody.
So, like, obviously, I don't run around with a bunch of techies. I run around with a bunch of, I run around with you, but you do. Like, you're in a small circle of IBM, you know, champs.
Yeah.
I'm not in that circle. I'm with business people who put the content out, and they put things out, and we're happy, and we put it out, and don't know all of the things on the back end, the things that Karen and Orson are telling us about. So, Tish, real quick, tell people how they can find you out there for your world famous podcast.
Yeah, you can find me on Tish Talks Tech. It's a YouTube series. Very easy, just Tish Talks with an S, Tech. Very, very easy. Usually when you just type it into Google, it comes straight up. It's the first one. So yeah, not too hard to find. And yes, all of my stuff has content credentials.
Now I'm going to be out there talking about content credentials.
Yeah.
Orson, really quickly, let's talk from a business owner standpoint. What business owners need to be doing, why they need to do and understand content creation credentials.
Any business owner has the small, large, mega corporations. Business needs to utilize the content credentials and the AI protection, because AI, as a quote I've heard and seen, the AI that you see today, that will be the worst AI that you will see. It's only getting better, and every AI is doing something, and every business owner needs it. They need to reach out and reach folks like Karen Kilroy, a technologist, Tish. They need to reach out to us to see how we can help give them a solution to the problem. The problem is, number one, they don't know what's coming. Karen recently did a seminar on business. We call it Executive Essentials. It was a must-see workshop for business executives, and she explained that there will be a time where there won't be that many people in the offices, and some of those positions may be their very own positions. That's no longer necessary. We're talking movie industries, we're talking cycling, manufacturing, anything, any industry, NFL, NBA, any of that. Name, images, and likenesses, and NCAA sports, any of that. This is what's coming. So you've already seen it, and people have already seen it in these video games of all of a sudden, you know, that they look like somebody in the NFL, but now they can literally pop that picture and that face in there. So you want to protect that. So it's any business, Mike, any business.
All righty. Thank you, Karen. One last time, how can people find information out about FileBaby?
Well, they can go visit file.baby online. My preferred method for this would be to contact the beautiful Leticia. She's got me on speed dial. I talk to her all day long. So if you are interested in an engagement, you know, we can set up a meeting, a free consultation, and just get a hold of Leticia and on LinkedIn. And what's your LinkedIn? You search for your name.
Yeah, just my name. I'm so easy to find.
Just Google her. That's all you gotta do. Just Google her. Hey, Karen. Yes.
And Mike, I want to say this when Karen and Leticia, following up, if Foul Baby people are interested in Foul Baby subscribers, new subscribers, we'll give them a discount if they reach out to Leticia and I call her Tish. If they reach out to her and mention your show, we're gonna give them a Big Mike discount.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Really quickly, Orson, are bigger organizations more apt in understanding the magnitude of this than small ones, or is everybody in the same position just waiting to get smoked?
No, well, I think larger organizations are more aware of it, of what's coming, because they have more at stake. But depending on the size of the business, I mean, if I'm a small business and I'm going to lose things, I'm going to feel the same things or the same way that they do. But they have some of the backing, the money that can start investigating and seeing which things can change. They can go out and hire someone like Karen to help build their platform, or Leticia to help build their platforms to take this head on right now. And I once heard someone say, if you grab the tiger by the tail, it's too late because you're getting dragged at that point. So you want to take it head on.
There you go. Foul Babies with On the Mic. Mike, I'd like to thank you guys for coming on the program. Orson, when them Razorbacks that are out there, congratulations, sir. So I lived at Penn State for 10 years, so I understand the crazy football town. Games where you're packing 90, 110,000 people in. I get it. So shout out to you and Coach Holtz, who's out there taught you discipline.
Go
Tish
Hogs. Discipline.
Tish Talk is out there. IBM champs Karen Kilroy. Thank you. On the mic, Mike, we bring you the best and the brightest. See, I reached all the way out to the Midwest, and we're talking AI. So, folks, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Mike.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks so much.